All right. Today, we are going to be talking about how to create your own reality or how to change your reality, right? Since we've now understood how reality is being created, now let's learn how to actually change our reality. Now, this is not something that, is going to happen overnight because we need to understand that we've actually come a long way without understanding that we actually create our own reality. So there are lots of things that needs to change within us, perception wise, that will take some time. But eventually, if you stick to the process, your reality is going to change. Now, why do I say that? It's because your subconscious, right? It's the database for you, which is where every information since you were born, every belief since you were born, everything that you think of this universe or this world, right? That's where it's actually stored. It's like a server, the database. So that's where your reality is being created from. Now, since you were born, you've been doing certain things, for a long time. And because of that, you've created certain habits, you've created certain beliefs, and that is the one that is actually running your reality currently. And for you to change your current reality, you definitely need to change the database, right? Because you're trying to put out something and you need to put in something first. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is start changing your beliefs, what you believe in, because beliefs is what your subconscious actually uses to create a reality for you. Because what you believe in becomes the reality that you experience. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that everything that you experience actually is what you believe in. Most of them, knowingly or unknowingly, you've actually believed them subconsciously or unknowingly. So, when you watch movies, when you listen to music, when you have a conversation with people, when they are speaking or when you are listening, knowing unknowingly to you, you're actually taking in all those things that people are saying. Now, you might not consciously, now when I say consciously, like me right here being aware, and then someone speaking to me, I might not consciously believe in it, but subconsciously, since it's a program, your subconscious actually takes in that information. Now, you don't consciously program yourself. You program yourself subconsciously. All these beliefs that I'm talking about is programmed subconsciously. You can actually consciously program yourself. This is what I'm going to teach you so that you can start programming yourself for the reality that you want to experience. Because there is the subconscious, which if you don't take care of what goes in, then it's going to be created for you automatically, right? So it's quite deep that people need to start waking up to what they are creating for themselves, right? Because this reality that we live in, and I actually saw a video today which absolutely confirms what I'm saying. So I saw a video, right? And in this video, we had two couples, one that lives in the States, and then one that lives in Africa, in a kind of a remote village in Africa. They had two diverse culture, right? So two diverse beliefs. One was raised somewhere else, and then the other one was raised the other part of the world. And they came together as a couple, right, to love. And then um, the culture difference makes them totally like two aliens meeting together for the first time. Because this guy comes from America and this lady comes from a tribe in Kenya. And in that tribe, you are given to marriage at a very young age. At the age of 6, 7, you're actually already giving a man that you're going to marry, right? But for this girl, it was quite different because as she was growing up, her father saw something in her and they decided that the dad will not allow the daughter to go through that same procedure. So the dad actually took the girl to school. Now, that is programming, right? The dad actually changed the program of the girl, and the girl went to school. And through the school, now she met a man from the States. Now, if the dad did not change the programming that you know, the people in the village or the tribe were using, right, which is when you get a daughter, you give them a husband at the age of 6. If the dad did not change that program, that daughter would have gone through the same procedure, right, and then end up marrying someone in the same village and then going through the same thing, right? Construct, matrix. So instead of the dad allowing the daughter to go through the same thing, right? He changed it by taking the daughter to school. So the daughter now put in new programs within her, met a man from the States, and now they are married. That is what I call a program, right? Because if the dad did not change that program, how they train up their kids, then the daughter would have ended up being the same as the others. Okay. So now back to us. If you want to change your reality, you have to consciously change it. If you don't consciously change it, then it's going to be changed for you unconsciously. How? By the things you listen to on a daily basis, by the people you speak to on a daily basis, by the music you listen on a daily basis. And then you don't know, every single day you are doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then what is worse is that most of us actually live automatically. We don't actually know how we do or these day-to-day activities count. We just wake up and then we go through it. Okay, we are living like robots, basically, but you can consciously live. So you know that, okay, today I'm going to do this, and then you do it. Or tomorrow I'm going to do this, and then you do it. And then gradually, maybe in 5 years' time, I'm going to do this, and then you do it consciously. Okay. So how do we do it? First thing that you need to do is choose what you want to become. Okay. This is the first choice in all metaphysics. You have to have something that you want to become, right? Don't live as if that, the whole world is against you, because if you do that, it will be against you, right? So you need to first of all have a choice of what you want to become, because you are a soul, you are free to do whatever you want. So you need to first of all decide, what do you want to be? What do you want to become? How do you want your life to be? Okay, don't sit there and hope and pray that something should come and help you do something. Okay, because the more you do that, the more you're going to take in things subconsciously, and you're going to be living the things that you don't want. So first then decide what you want to become. I can't decide that for you. You have to sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want to become? Or what do I want in life? What do I want this reality? What do I want? You need to ask yourself that question first. Okay. And then once you ask that question, then you know what you want, then you begin the process. Now, how do we actually program ourselves? There are several ways to do it. The first and foremost, easiest way to change it is through affirmations, repetition, because at a certain age, your subconscious actually take in information through repetition. So through repetition, that's when we create habits. So you're gonna repeat whatever you want to become in a form of affirmation. For example, you want to be a doctor. Just repeat it. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a. If you wake up during the day, right? Spend some time and then I want to be a doctor. 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 Just repeat that to yourself throughout the day. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. Okay. If it's you want to have a husband, I want to have a husband, I want to have a husband, I want to have a if you want a specific husband, I want a specific husband, I want a specific husband. If you want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married. Whatever it is, you have to repeat it to yourself. Now, why do you have to repeat it yourself? Because as you do the repetition, that's when you actually program it. That's how you program your subconscious. That's one way to program the subconscious. Okay. Now, after doing that over and over and again, you begin to pay attention to yourself, begin to pay attention to your life, because as you begin to program yourself, right, you're going to start seeing, we call something synchronicity. You're going to start seeing things that will come your way regarding what you want to become, because that's how this universe is. When you speak out what you want, it begins to come to you, but you need to be ready for it. Okay. Because if you're not ready, if you're not paying attention, opportunities might come. For example, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband. And then you go out one day, you're going to see a guy. The guy is going to approach you. And it's maybe the way he will approach you might not be right. But if you are conscious that you said you want a husband, then that can give you a clue. Maybe the universe has sent me my husband. Let me open up and then see, have a conversation and see where this one will lead. However, if you're not paying attention, maybe the guy might approach you in a very rude way or in a bad way, and then you're going to push him away. And in doing so, who knows? That was your husband, right? So that's why I said you need to start paying attention to yourself, because what you requested will come, but it might not come in a way that you are expecting it. So you need to be ready. And then another way to change your reality is through visualization, your imagination. We will talk more about imagination in future, but that's one way to also change your reality. As a matter of fact, one of the fastest way to change your reality is through visualization. Okay. Now, why visualization? When you're actually thinking, like right now, I'm thinking, I want to eat fufu or I want to eat rice. When I'm thinking I want to eat rice, okay, there is an image in my mind of rice. Or when I say rice, there is an image of rice in my mind, whether you know it or not, because you cannot think in words. You actually think in pictures. So thinking in pictures, aka, is visualization. Okay. So you want to start visualizing how you want your life to be. So let's go back to the examples. You want to be a doctor. Close your eyes and then see yourself being a doctor. It's as simple as that. You want to have a husband. Close your eyes and see yourself with a husband. You want to become whatever. Close your eyes and see yourself being that thing. And then the universe will bring that to you. Now, when I say the universe, don't get confused. If you want to put God, put God. Whatever you want to put there, because the power is within you. You are actually creating it because you're a creator. You were created in the image of the creator. So you are a mini creator. Okay. So when you want anything, close your eyes and then see that thing, and then just open your eyes and then leave it to the universe. Eventually, that thing is going to come. Okay. That's another way to create your own reality. Now, if you go back to part one and part two of what is reality, okay, I explain more. So when I say closing your eyes and seeing yourself with your husband or seeing yourself as a doctor, you've experienced it. You've experienced that reality, and then it's gonna come to you. Okay, that's another way to create your reality. And then the last way to, create your own reality is to be it. Okay, that's the advanced way of creating your reality, which is in our language they say fake it to make it. Okay, so if you want to be a doctor, just act like you are a doctor. Okay, just act like you're a doctor. So do everything like a doctor would do. Okay, I'm not saying go to I'm not saying go to the hospital and start treating people. No, you can do that, but I don't think they will allow you there, right? So just act as a doctor would do. Okay. By acting as how a doctor would do, eventually that is going to come your way. Okay. Now I know I said it kind of short, but I've given you something powerful to help you understand what this reality is all about. We are actually creating it. Okay. And you can create your own reality. Now, we are going to continue on this reality topic with the part 4. This is part 3, creating your own reality. In part 4, we will discuss more about how to actually change your life situations by understanding reality. Until then, I'll see you next time.